welcome to the Summer School Geometry A class. We're going to be doing a lot of lessons in one video. So a lot of this is going to be review. You might not need to watch the whole video because some of this stuff you're going to know how to do already. But I want to make sure that if you don't know how to do it, that you are able to find a section in that video or a part in that video that is going to help you be successful with the quiz and with the homework assignment. Okay, so like I said, there's going to be videos like I mentioned on the previous video. There's always going to be videos related to all the things you're going to see on the homework and on the quiz. Okay, so we're going to start our day today. We're going to be talking about lines, segments, and rate, and those things, and this is something that you should have seen on your previous class. We already know what a line is. A line is when you have something like this. A line is infinite, and if you have a point A and a point B, you can call that line AB. Okay, line AB. Okay, that's called a line. How about a segment? A segment has a starting point and it has an ending point. So let's say this is C and this is point D. This segment, and I could notate it like this: C, D, and I put a little line on top. This right here is called a segment. Okay, we also have what we call a ray. A ray has a starting point, okay, and then it has no end. So we can say A, and then we can put a point. Let's put F. Okay, and then that ray could be AF like that, with an arrow like that. Okay, so this is a line. This right here is a segment, and then we have a ray. All right, pretty straightforward. You should have seen that on your previous class. Very easy. We're not gonna go into a lot of details on that because you should know how to do that. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about segments here. I have a segment here, CE. Okay, and then what we're going to be using is a statement or a theorem that says that this whole thing should add up to all of this. So in a way, the measurement of segment CD should plus the measurement of DE. So CD is from here to here, and then DE is from here to there, should add up to x plus 26, or I'm sorry, let me write it as the measurement of C and E. Now this is just a very complicated way of saying that. And let me simplify this, guys. This is very easy. It's a very complicated way of saying that this plus this is equal to all of this. All right, so in this case, we're actually solving for x. So how do I solve for x? Well, we know that 7 plus 2x plus 31 should equal x plus 26. I'm gonna go ahead and solve for x, and this should be pretty easy, guys. 7 plus 31 is 38. Let's bring the x over and the 38 over to the other side. We should get negative, when I subtract 38 on both sides, we should get negative 12. Okay, hopefully I don't make any mistakes while I'm doing this video. And yeah. All right, so x is equal to negative 21. Well, that make sense? Well, let's take a look. If I plug in a negative 12 in there, I get negative 24 plus 20 plus 31. That's going to be 7. Okay, so 7 plus 7 should be 14. Let's see if we actually get 14. Well, negative 12 plus 26 is indeed 14 as well. So that did work out. All right, you should be able to do this one. I'm just gonna set it up for you, and then you can go ahead and pause the video and do the assignment. So this plus this, and by the way, guys, this is called the addition postulate. Okay, and we use that a lot in geometry. So we have 10 plus 3x minus 1 and is equal to 4x plus 5. Okay, all you have to do in this type of problems is solve for x. Okay, if I bring the x over, I get x there. 10 minus 1 is 9. I bring it over and I get negative 4. Okay, I did that. Oh, actually, when I bring the 4x over, I get negative x, so it's actually positive 4. Okay, good thing I got that. Okay, 9. All right, very good. I think I did that correctly. All right, so you should be able to do that pretty easily. I have a couple more here, but I'm not gonna go over those as much because that's just gonna take too long, and it's very simple to set them up. All you have to do is this plus this is equal to that. Okay, so 20 plus x plus 18 is equal to 20. Okay, you set it up and then you're going to solve. Okay, as easy as that, guys. Same with this one. This plus this is equal to 23. This plus this is equal to 8. This plus that is equal to that. And then you solve each one of those. All right, let's go ahead and move on. In this problem, they're asking you to find segment, so the measurement of FG. So what is this right here? Okay, we need to figure that out. Well, we're going to be using the same idea here. We know that this plus this is equal to 17. So 2x minus 1 plus x plus 6 is equal to 17. Okay, we're going to add the 2x plus x is going to be 3x, and then negative 1 plus 6 is going to be 5. Okay, move the 5 over. We end up getting 12. That means that x is equal to 4. Okay, but in here, they're not asking us to find x. They're asking us to find FG. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Well, if we already know what x is, we're going to plug that in there, because we know that FG is equal to x plus 6. Well, x is 4. So I replace the x with the 4. And I get 10 there. So this segment right here is 10. And that's what you were supposed to find. Okay, same idea with number 8. We want to set it up so that we're able to figure out what x is. Okay, so x plus 5x is going to be 6x. Negative 1 plus negative 2, that's going to be negative 3. Okay, bring over that negative 3 to the other side. I get 12x is equal to 2. Of course, like I said, guys, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for this segment here from B all the way to C right here. Okay, so we're going to plug in 2 in there. We get 5 times 2 minus 2. That's going to be 8. And that is your final answer. Okay, so you're only not have to, you're doing more than just finding x. You also have to find the value of that segment, but it's very easy after you find x. All right, let's move on, guys. Same idea with this type of problems. Usually when I teach this, I ask you guys In a live class, I usually ask students, hey, now it's your turn to do this problems here. Okay, so you can pause the video there and see if you can do those really quick. All right, hopefully you pause the video. And it's very simple. You know, we add those two together. I'm just gonna add them in my head. We got 2x plus 2x is 4x. Negative 12 plus negative 6 is gonna be negative 18. It's equal to 14. We bring the negative 18 over to the other side. We get 32. That means that x is equal to 8. Okay, they're asking us to find hi. So I plug in an 8 in there and I get 2 times 8 minus 6, which is 2 times 8 is 16 minus 6 is 10. Okay, same idea with number 10. We know that this plus this is going to equal that right there. So we got 2x. I'm going to add the 28 plus the 4 so that I could get 32. Bring the x over. I get an x there by itself. And I get, when I subtract, I get negative 11. Okay, and I'm finding ML. So 2 times negative 11 is negative 22 plus 28 is going to be 6. Okay, so that is my final solution to find ML. All right, so that has to deal with segments. I know I'm going over this pretty quickly. Hopefully this feels like review. If this feels like completely new, then probably you're not in the right class, okay? But hopefully you're also learning as well. Let's talk about angles here. You know, it's very easy to define them. All right, we have an angle here when you have two lines or two rays that are put together that are unified by one point. Okay, let's call this A, let's call this B, and let's call this C. Okay, if I want to talk about that angle, we write it like this. It's angle CAB. Another way to write that is BAC. Now what you really have to notice in here is that the A is the one in the middle, okay? It's always the one in the middle. Another way I could write this is, well, this is just angle A. Okay, so 3 ways of writing this angle A. Okay? Now, if I had another angle here, let's call it F, and if I say angle A, well, I'm not gonna know if it's this, this, or this whole thing. That's why we need 3 letters. If I want to describe this angle, for example, this angle right here, well, this angle is angle B, A, and F. Okay, that's how we describe angles. Okay, and if I wanted to describe this angle right here, I will describe it as angle C, A, and B. All right, very good. So let's go ahead and keep going. Now let's talk about vertical angles. Vertical angles happens when there is an intersection between 2 lines. Okay, so I'm going to draw one line there. Let's call this line AB. Okay, so line AB. And then I'm going to have another line that is going to intersect AB. So let's call that one C and D. All right, when those 2 lines cross, there is a intersection. Okay, I'm going to call that intersection I. Okay, when this happens, we have just formed what we call vertical angles. Okay, vertical angles are angles that are congruent. Okay, so this right here, angle D, I, and B, so D, I, and B is congruent, okay, this right here, the equal sign and a little squiggly line like that means congruency. Congruency means that they're congruent, but they measure the same. So if this is 60, this will also be 60 as well. Okay, and here we have another vertical angle with this one here. This angle is congruent to that angle. That little line right there represents that little line right there means that those two are congruent. Okay, if I put another line here, I have to put another 2 lines there. Okay, to indicate that those two are congruent and they're vertical angles. I didn't finish this. DIB is congruent to AIC. Okay, AIC. Okay, so vertical angles are congruent. Now let's go ahead and do some problems that relate to vertical angles. We learned on that previous section that this angle is congruent to that angle. Why? Because they're vertical angles, and vertical angles are congruent. So that means that 71x minus 3, that must also equal 60a. Bring that negative 3 over, you're going to see that you get 71 there. That means that x is equal to 1 right there. Okay, very simple. We were just finding the value of x. Same idea with this one. This one is congruent to that one right there. So that means that 36x plus 1 is equal to 37x minus 1. Okay, bring this over, you get negative x is equal to negative 2. That means x is equal to 2 right there. All right, let's do a couple more relating to that. Well, not that many. Let me do this one here. We know that this angle, because they're vertical angles, is congruent to that. That means that this 31x plus 3 is equal to 34. Bring that 3 over to the other side. Now guys, I do the algebra pretty fast because I am expecting that all of you are good at algebra. So that's why I tend to go faster on the algebra. All right, so subtract 3 on both sides and you get 31. That means that x is equal to 1. There's going to be a lot of problems you're going to be doing on the homework, and a lot of the answers are going to be just like that, okay? And some of the problems you're going to be doing are just like what you're seeing in here. All right, let's talk about the angle addition postulate. Okay, so what I'm going to say is probably going to be a little confusing, but then it should make sense later on. Let's say that this angle right here, we're going to call that angle A. And let's say that this angle right here is going to be angle B. Now, the whole angle from here to there, I'm going to call that angle C. So what the angle addition postulate says is that angle A, and this is something that makes sense logically. What it says is that angle A plus angle B, that has to equal angle C. Okay, some books write it like this as well. You have angle 1 and angle 2 and then angle 3, then angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to angle 3. Okay, so that's what we call the angle addition postulate, and there is a couple problems related to that right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what this is saying. We have measurement of TUB. So TUB, so we have T, U, and B. So it's that whole angle right there. That whole angle is 150 degrees. So from here to there, that's 150 degrees. All right, so we're done with this information here. Okay, let's proceed to the other one. We have angle A, U, and B. So angle A, U, and B, so this angle right here, okay, that's x plus 95. All right, how about the other angle? We have TUA, so we have this T, U, and A, that's x plus 65. So this angle right here, that's x plus 65. We're being asked to find x. Well, it's very simple. The angle addition postulate says that this plus this, that has to add up to 150. It makes sense. So x plus 65 plus x plus 95, that has to equal 150 degrees. All right, we have x plus x is 2x, and then we have that 65 plus 95, that's going to be 160 actually, is equal to 150. Bring over the 160 to the other side, and you get negative 10. That means that x is equal to negative 5 when you divide both sides by 2. That one was a little bit more complicated than the previous one. So let's go ahead and do another example on this one here. Okay, hopefully you're writing notes as well on this. You can always use your notes. I mean, I'm not going to be watching you or anything when you take the quizzes. So you can always use your notes on the quiz when you're doing those. All right, so we need to find x. We have U, E, D, so U, E, and D. That's this angle right here. So UED is x plus 126. Okay? All right, let's do the other angle. FEU. So F, E, and U, this angle right here, is x plus 66. And then finally, we have FED, so F, E, and D. That's going to be this whole angle from there to there. That's 180 degrees. All right, so we have x plus 66 plus x plus 126 is equal to 180. Okay, so we're going to add this 66 plus this 126. And I'm going to get 192 equal to 180. Subtract 192 from the 180. you should get 12. But it's going to be negative 12. Then you get negative 6. Okay. All right, very good. Let's keep going, guys. There's a couple more here. I'll have you guys do those on your own. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them up for you, because a lot of these problems are what people have a hard time is knowing how to set them up. So let me show you how to set those up, and then I'm not going to finish them, but I'm going to set them up for you. So we got QRD. So QRD is right there. That's 5x minus 2. And then we have DRS. DRS is right here. That's a plus 15x. And then we have QRS. That's the whole angle. The bigger angle is 166. So if I wanted to set this up, I will set it up like this. It's this plus this is equal to the bigger angle, which is 166. Okay, I'm just gonna set it up. You guys can finish those on your own. All right, same idea with this one. We got C, B, and C. So it's this one right here. We have x plus 81. Then we have A, B, and C, which is the whole angle right here from there. Is 104. And we also have, hold on, my phone is ringing. And then we also have A, B, and C is x plus 35. Okay, so x plus 35 plus x plus 81 is going to equal 104. We have 2x plus, we're going to add that 35 plus that 81. Well, we should get 126. Actually, 116, my bad. And then we're going to subtract 116 on both sides. We're going to get negative 12. When I forgot, I was just supposed to set it up for you, but I'm actually doing it. That's okay. Guess I got distracted with that phone call. Sorry about that. All right. Those, we're good with those. Those are the same type of problems. All right, these ones are pretty much the same problem, but they're asking you to find the angle measurement. So D, E, and F, they're asking you to find this whole angle here. What is this whole thing? So we're going to be using that the information that they're giving us to find that out. So DEU, is this angle right here. That angle right there is 4x plus 6. And then we have DEF. So DEF is the whole thing from here to there. And that is 26x minus 2. And then finally we have UEF, which is this angle right here. That is saying that that's 80. So I'm going to use the angle addition postulate to do this. We have 80 plus this right here. That must equal the whole thing, which in this case is the red angle. It's 26x minus 2. All right, we're going to add those two together, and we're going to get 86. Subtract 86, we're going to subtract 26 as well. We're going to get negative 22x on this side, and then negative 88 on that side. That means that x is equal to 4. But we are not done, guys, and you have to be careful when you're doing the quiz. A lot of people say, oh, I'm going to submit this as my answer. That's not your answer, because what they're asking you is to find the measurement of DEF. Okay, so what is that measurement? Well, they're giving you this right here. They're giving you that DEF is equal to 26x minus 2. So I just have to do one more step, which is to plug in 4, which is what we got there, into x. So that means that 26 times 4 minus 2 is going to give me my final answer, guys. So in here I get 104 minus 2 is going to be 102 degrees. This right here is my actual final answer on this round. Okay? Alright, so and that's what you have to do on this type of problems. Alright, let's talk about right angles. Right angles, as all of you know, is when you have a 90-degree angle. That kind of looks like this. So this means that this right here is 90 degrees. We call those, okay, when I have a 90-degree angle and we have, let's say, angle 1 and angle 2 there, okay, we call that angle 1 and angle 2 are complementary angles. And what that means is that if they're complementary angles, that means that angle 1 and angle 2 add up to 90 degrees. Okay, that's all that they're saying. All right. As you expect, guys, we have done a lot of work, but you know, it's part of the class. Is, you know, that's just the way it is, because we have to cover a lot of material in this class. Okay. All right. So we have this right here. We know that this plus this, those two angles are complementary angles. So that means that if I add this plus that, so if I add the x plus 12 plus the 59, that's gonna add up to 90 degrees. And that's gonna allow me to solve for x. Okay, so 12 plus 59 here, we're gonna have the 12 plus the 59, it's going to be 71. And then we're going to be subtracting there. We have 90 minus 71 is 19. And yeah, that's the answer. All right, same idea with this one. We know that this plus this has to add up to 90 degrees. So 3x plus 5x is 8x plus 2 is equal to 90 degrees. If I subtract 2 on both sides, I'm going to get 88. That means that x is equal to 11. So that's a little bit easier than this right here, but this is not too complicated. All right, let's do a couple more so you guys have a better idea here. Same idea, guys. This plus this angle right here, those two are going to add up to 90 degrees. I'm just going to go ahead and set it up for you. I'm not going to actually do the problems. And that is how you set it up. Those two add up to 90 degrees. That's all you have to do in those. Same idea with this. We have 3x plus 2 plus 2x plus 3, that has to add up to 90 degrees as well. Okay? All right, awesome, guys. Let's keep going. We're gonna finish those. We also have what we call the supplementary angles. Supplementary angles is when two angles add up to 180 degrees. So if I have angle 1 here, and I have angle 2 right there, okay, I know because those two are supplementary, that angle 1 plus angle 2 add up to 180 degrees. Okay, this right here is 180 degrees. And I know that 1 plus 2, angle 1 plus angle 2 better equal 180 degrees. So there is some problems related to that as well. For example, this plus this right here, that has to add up to 180 degrees. So we have 148 plus -5 plus x, that has to add up to 180 degrees because all of this is 180. Alright, so 148 minus 5 is 143 plus x is equal to 180. Let's subtract 180 minus 143, and we're gonna get that x is equal to 37. Okay, that is my final solution there. Same idea with this problem here, 34. This plus this, that better add up to 180 degrees. So we got 6x plus 3 plus 39, that's gonna add up to 180. Okay, so we got 6x, 3 plus 39, that's gonna be 42. Okay, 180 minus 42 is going to be 138. Let's go ahead and divide that by 6, and that's going to give me 23. All right, a couple more. I'm just going to set those up for you. This, or not much, and this add up to 180. This plus this add up to 180. This as well is going to add up to 180, and same idea with this one here. Those two angles are going to add up to 180. And that's all you have to do. You set it up, set up your equation, and then go ahead and solve for x. All right? All right, so I think that's pretty good. I'm going to do one more. If you want to stop the video, that's fine, but I'm gonna do one more of this ones here. These ones are a little bit more challenging, so I want to make sure that you understood those correctly. So let's go ahead and do one more of those there. We have JKL, and like I said, guys, it's always a good idea to draw a picture for all of this. Okay, if you don't have a picture, you're gonna have a hard time to do this. Okay, I always draw my picture because even for me, that I've been teaching for a long time, it's hard for me to do this without a picture. So I always like to have my picture and be able to visualize it. And that's the whole point of geometry. If you're able to visualize it, it's going to be a lot easier to do. All right, so we got J, K, and L. J, K, and L. So we're talking about this whole angle right here from there to there. And that whole angle, they're saying that that's 15x. All right. Now we have the other angle, SKL. We have S, K, and L. It's talking about this angle right here. And that angle right there is going to be 65. Finally, we have JKS. We got J, K, and S. It's talking about this angle right there. So that angle right there, they're saying that that angle is 9x minus 5. So using the angle addition postulate, I know that 9x minus 5 plus 65 is equal to 15x, and I'm gonna use that equation to solve for x. All right, so we got 9x, negative 5 plus 65, that's gonna be 60. All right, let's subtract 9x on both sides. and I get 6x, that means that x is eventually going to equal 10. But be careful. Be very careful, because that is not what this question is asking you to find. Yes, we found the key to this problem, but you still have to find the measurement of JKS, okay? And they're saying that JKS is 9x minus 5. So what I'm gonna do, in order to find the measurement of JKS, I need to substitute that x. Instead of writing x, I'm gonna write A10 minus 5. And 9 times 10 is going to be 90, minus 5 is going to be 85, guys. 85, as you can see it there. And that is the answer that I'm looking for. And on the homework and on the quiz, be extra careful when you're doing that. All right? Be extra careful. All right, guys, so that's all for our video for today. It's a 40-minute video. Sorry that it's a little bit long, but most of the videos are going to be 40 to 1 hour, okay? That's just the way it is. Make sure you guys finish all those lessons. Remember that you can't pass a class if you don't submit all your assignments, all right? I'll see you guys on the next video on the next day. Bye-bye.